Well, hello everyone. Look at us. It is Friday. It is early in the day. It is 10:47 a.m. and I'm deciding to do the reading right now because I have a long day ahead of me. I still have to go on my run. I got sidetracked, but I'm going to go on my run. I'm going to go get my hair done, all that jazz. Not that you care. We are continuing the reading of Elsie Lincoln Benedict's book, How to Get Anything You Want. Today is video number 70. And y'all, I just want to thank you. Today is the day that I achieved the 4,000 watch hours on YouTube. Because of you, because of your participation watching these videos, I hit the 4,000 hour mark. It has been a milestone that I have been working towards, and it happened. It happened. Today is the day, and I am so, so grateful. It is just one of those achievements that you work towards, just being consistent and disciplined and having people watch your material, putting yourself out there. I highly recommend doing it if that's where your heart is leaning. Be unapologetically yourself and do what you love. I'm just reading books. This is what I love, and I'm continuing to iterate and create, and I'm just so, so grateful. So I also just hit over 800 uploads, 800 uploads, 800 videos, y'all. I've been doing this for 4 years. This is my 5th year. Whatever your heart wants, just continue. And that's what we're learning here in this book, right? We're preparing for what we want. We've been through all of the lessons before. This is 7 lessons. Look at her cutie back there. And we are on lesson number 5. We learned that our predominant moods make our life. The way you think creates the way you feel, aka how you vibrate, your energetic vibration, the energy in motion, your emotions in your physical body that are thrown out to the ether. And then we get back, we attract back to us what we're putting out. Our life truly is a mirror reflection of how we are thinking. Again, the outside world will show us a lot of things. Okay. There's a lot of circumstances. There's a lot of, situations in our life. How are we thinking about those situations will determine our experience of them and the continuation if they continue to be attracted into our life. Emotional boundaries. All right. Let's read a little bit together. Happy Friday again. We are continuing this journey. 70, this is day 70 of this book in particular. If you have missed any of the previous readings, there's a playlist on YouTube, Elsie Lincoln Benedict, or How to Get Anything You Want by Elsie Lincoln Benedict. And there's a lot of other playlists from other books on YouTube, and I will continue to do that as well. So if you are on Facebook, hop on over to YouTube, like and subscribe. Very excited. She goes on to say, we're continuing the rules. We left off on Rule 15 yesterday. Rule 15. I like when she said, it's been well said, 1/2 the time spent in bemoaning conditions, if spent in preparing for conditions, would remake conditions. So if half the time we spent complaining and worrying and fretting was put into preparing for what we want, we would remake and experience different results in our life. Taking yourself or what you are doing pessimistically never helps and always hurts. Taking yourself or whatever you're doing pessimistically never helps and always hurts. Will you be right if you're pessimistic and negative? It would be valid. We could understand, right? When bad things happen, the natural reaction, which takes no energy, effort, attention, or focus, and it's not to blame us. We're human. We're going to fall to the basement when crappy things happen. But are we going to dwell there? Are we going to live there? Are we going to invite friends there and throw parties and film content around it and get people to agree with us and make a bigger bonfire to what's not working and negativity? That's what most people do these days. However, it takes someone of true inner work and stamina to start looking at the solutions. We all know what the problems are in this world. We don't need another smart, intelligent person to articulate in their own unique, amazing way what's wrong with this world. But that's what people do, and they feel good about it. And other people agree with them and continue to clap into the chamber of negativity. And we get this sick secondary gain off of it. We get the dopamine hit. It's an addiction. It's an addiction. We are addicted to fear, worry, doubt. Look at the news. Look at the news. It's so ridiculous. Fear mongering. There's a family member, I won't say who it is, loves the news. And I say, well, the news, I have to stay informed. It's the news. And I'm like, listen, there's a lot of news in the world. Every day we wake up, there's news, new things happening. But there's new things happening that are negative, and we don't deny that. I'm not a ding dong. I wasn't born yesterday. It's a shitstorm. Things are on fire. I know that. However, there's also beautiful, miraculous, peaceful things happening, and that's news too. Do you think it's a coincidence that none of that makes the headlines? None of that gets the spotlight. What is it doing to our nervous system? What is it doing to our neural pathways? What is it doing to our minds, to our thoughts? Whatever we continuously, repetitiously put into our minds, we will become. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And it's not the heart thinketh in your heart. You don't think in your heart. It's the heart of hearts. It's your subconscious mind. It's your psyche. The more I do this work, for myself primarily, I've been through it: addiction, depression, anxiety, holding back, being in fear, procrastinating. And when you live long enough there, you want to find any way out. When you hit rock bottom, that's why when some people downplay it or, oh, it's not that serious. Why are you so serious? It's not. And they just try to play it cool as a cucumber. They don't know what they're talking about because they've never suffered. Money's not important. Why are you talking about money? Ugh, it's like they've never been without it. They don't understand the power of it. I have zero tolerance for people who haven't lived there. And I get it. Not everybody has. You're not for me. If you have struggled, if you have been in pain, if you have been without money, it is a reflection of our thoughts, beliefs, and narratives, period. The results in our life are a result of our thoughts and programming and epigenetically inherited nervous systems and thought paradigms. If you have had, especially if you are a child of immigrants, of any, uh, disenfranchised peoples, really take a fearless moral inventory of what you've inherited, how you see yourself. I had a beautiful call with this woman. Her name is Lorato Sitole. I believe that's how you pronounce her name. And she is running Think and Grow Rich Africa. She lives in South Africa. And we had a beautiful call yesterday. And she was talking, she's a part of the Napoleon Hill Institute, and she's here to bring these principles and philosophies to the people of Africa. And she was just saying how she wants to make these principles apply to these people and their situations, their unique situations, and how oftentimes they can push away other personal development programs because they say that's for people in the United States. That's for people that don't understand our struggle, people who have been suppressed and made to feel less than for all of our lives. And we were just talking about the importance of how these principles work about self-esteem, about self-image, about how before we can think and grow rich and build our lives, we first must believe we're worthy of that. And if we've been programmed for years to think we're less than, that we're not good enough, that we could never succeed, we have to first deal with that foundation of who we see ourselves as, what's capable, what's possible for us, what are we capable of, what's possible for us. So that's why we have that disruptor phase, a part of the Napoleon Hill Institute. We go into our narratives, to our stories, to our self-image, to finding out those ghosts of fear, the criticism, all of the negative programming, the virus code, clearing that all out. Really diving into our subconscious mind, our thoughts, what is creating this? It's so powerful. And it's the same for everyone. Everyone says it in different ways. And everybody's right. Whatever speaks to you is right for you. Never listen to anybody saying it's this way. If you're doing that's the wrong way. We don't have to put another way down if it's working for somebody else. Other people don't have to be wrong for you to be right. Whatever you believe must be true for you. If it's working for you, if you're a good person, go for it. Who cares what other people think? Follow your own gut, your own intuition. All right, so taking yourself or what you are doing pessimistically never helps and always hurts. One of the cheeriest men in American industry is one of its most famous and successful, Charles M. Schwab. Schwab has had two outstanding habits since boyhood. He always wears a smile and he is forever getting ready for something better. Whenever a very young man is when as a very young man, his superintendent took him in to meet Andrew Carnegie. The superintendent said, "Andy, here is a young fellow who knows as much about this mill as I do." His phenomenal rise started right then and never stopped because he wasted no minutes fretting, but invested them growing mentally for the next step up. Rule number 16, whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Every thought you have is a seed. Your subconscious mind is the precious soil. Whatever you plant, whatever thought you plant into your subconscious mind, meaning whatever thought you get emotionally involved with and start romancing, will reap a harvest in your outward life. If you continue to think, I will never get out of this, or they're out to get me, or they're the reason I can't get ahead, and you get angry and upset and feel disempowered, you wrap it with emotion, it gets planted in your subconscious mind. That is the harvest you will reap. You will continue to experience that exact thought. That is the rub. That's the terrible part. What do you want? What seeds are you planting? Only think thought seeds that you want to see create a harvest and manifest physically in your world. That's where it starts. We must plant what we want to harvest. If you want sweet potatoes, you plant sweet potatoes. If you want carrots, you plant carrots. But what do? We plant carrots and we're pissed that we don't have sweet potatoes. We plant and we continue to think and get emotionally involved in negative thoughts, anger, judgment, criticism towards ourselves and others, and then we're surprised and upset that we don't have a healthy, fulfilled, peaceful, joyous life. I'm talking to myself. And it never goes away. Your mind is a garden. Your thoughts are seeds. You can grow flowers or you can grow weeds. What are you growing in the garden of your mind? Stop playing with yourself. I was on this podcast last Saturday. It was the Think and Grow Rich Mastermind. I'll put a link below to watch the episode. But I was just, I'm always reminded, and when I share this material, it's like we highly underestimate the power of the subconscious mind. We think it's fun, it's cute, personal development. Like, this is a matter of life and death. And if you don't think that, you clearly haven't experienced that yet. You might not ever, and maybe my material isn't for you or my message. But I really am passionate because I've lived that experience, being at rock bottom, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Every single experience, and I will continue to, not every single experience, obviously, but a lot of lived experience, not just theory that I've read in a book. And I'm helpful with those areas. And then I get coaching on areas that I haven't had that experience yet. And so find people that are living the way or have gotten over struggles that you find yourself in. Ask for the help. Don't be prideful. I was that way. I didn't ask for help. I didn't want to be seen as weak. I didn't want to be a burden. I mean, many things. Fear of looking silly, stupid, like I was a ding dong. I'm this age and I still haven't gotten figured out. Oh my God, I can't possibly. Just be humble. Humility. So whatsoever a man thinketh, whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. This great eternal law operates everywhere at all times throughout our lives, but nowhere is it more noticeable than in the very matter of preparation. Very few people grasp this last amazing fact, that there is no such thing as standing still, and that no moment passes without our planning something. Right here, right now, as you listen to it. You are preparing, whether you know it or not, for your evening, for your next morning, for your day tomorrow, for your next year, right here, right now, by what you are allowing in your energy field, your mind, your subconscious mind, your thoughts, what you're engaging in. Right now, you're preparing, whether you like it or not, whether you're conscious of it or not. There is no such thing than standing still. You are always in motion. There's no such thing as a neutral thought. There is no such thing as a neutral thought. Every single thought has an effect. It's like medicine. You know, when you see those drug company commercials for like, take this, blah, blah, blah. The side effects are blah, 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 blah. It's like every single thought is like a pill. And the side effects are blah, 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 right? A thought of, oh my gosh, I'm capable of doing anything. I have full faith in myself. The side effect is positive feelings, dopamine, oxytocin, good feelings, good actions, hopeful, attracting more of that. A pill or a thought seed of, oh, nothing ever works out for me. Of course, I'm screwed always, and it's their fault. The side effect is you will continue to see that. You will build resentments. You will continue to attract that energy in other people who experience the same, and you'll commiserate together, and you'll all be right, and you'll keep getting that. Remember, you are right. Whatever you're feeling, you're right. But are you at peace and are you happy? And are you a good person and feel fulfilled in your life? If not, be gentle with yourself. I found myself there many times. But it's just be honest with yourself. What do you want? Are you living the way you want to live? In any capacity, you can change it. You have the power. Only you actually do have the power. Only you have the power. Nobody can do it for you. People can help you. And that's what people are there for. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Get into a community. Hold yourself accountable and have other people hold you accountable. All right. So very few people grasp that there's no such thing as standing still and that no moment passes without our planting something. I think I said planting something before, but our planting something, that's the truth. We're always planting seeds. We're always thinking. It never stops. Even when we're sleeping, our subconscious mind is still going. We're always planting something. What our harvest will be in the tomorrows depends on the seeds we are planting today. What our harvests will be tomorrow depends on the seeds we're planting today. Our experience of life tomorrow will be based on the thoughts we plant and we think and we engage in and we have on repeat today. Don't think that because you cannot see it, you are not bringing something to pass every hour of your life. Again, the subconscious mind is just that below conscious awareness level. We do not know what's going on in our subconscious mind, but we can sure feel it. That's why I say, think about the what's it called? The iceberg theory. Here, let's get a piece of mail. This is my Verizon bill. Okay. So think about, what is it? The water, the iceberg, 5%. And then the rest of it is down here, 95%, right? And then think about you, just as an example, cute little stick person, that this is 5%. And this is 95%. Okay. So think about, just like they have in psychology, 5% is the conscious thinking mind. We're only aware of 5%. People only see the 5%. What's really going on and running our lives is 95% below the subconscious level. This is really what's running the show. We cannot see it. Same with our bodies, right? Think about it. What you think in your mind, right? And again, your mind is not the brain, but just for, metaphorical sake, what you think in your conscious thinking mind, right? What you're aware of, what you know, 5%. The rest, think of this as your subconscious mind, because it's true. This is where it reflects. 95% is in your physical body. So we are not consciously aware, because we had a great call with Dr. Joe Vitale. I mentioned this for the Napoleon Hill Institute Think and Grow Rich Mentorship every Tuesday. We have that. We had a great call. Dr. Joe was sharing, what has helped him in his life. And a lot of people think he's just the guy from The Secret and he's all positive and manifestation. But like, he gets down and dirty about like, listen, this is not about rainbows and butterflies. This is about you against you, releasing your resentments, your anger, your rage. You cannot receive unless you release that. And how do we know the hidden counter intentions? That's what we were talking about. We're not aware of them. Someone asked the question, how do I become aware of what's holding me back? How do I become aware of this programming that's subconscious that I can't see? How can I tap into that? I say tap into your body. Tap into your physical body right here, right now with me. How do you feel? Take a breath. Do you feel tension, tightness? Are you worried about anything? Are your shoulders tight? Is your stomach clenched? Do you feel a little knot in your stomach? Do you feel tightness in your chest? Are you stressed about something? Is your jaw clenched? Are you breathing fully or shallowly? How do you feel? Is your body relaxed? Are you in a relaxed rest and digest parasympathetic state? Or are you in a sympathetic tense state? Are you hypervigilant and worried and you don't even know what for? Are you worried about finances? Are you worried about relationships? Do you feel unfulfilled in your job? Tapping into your physical body, which is the receipt of your subconscious mind, is exactly how you get in touch with your subconscious mind. It's a little hack. It's so easy. Close your eyes just for a second. How do you feel when you're in the waiting room, when you're in the grocery line? Just close your eyes for a moment. Tap in. I tap in all the time, and I always notice, for me, this is how it manifests. I'm not breathing fully. I have to remind myself. And what am I doing? I'm like, there was a great metaphor this guy shared. And he said, when somebody is stalking their prey, or when prey is being hunted, they can hear the predator and they breathe very minimally and quietly because they don't want to be attacked. Or when they're trying to attack, you don't want your prey to hear you, so you're quiet. That is when you are in fight, or you are in fight mode, you're ready to attack. Or you're in flight and flee. You're trying to get out of a situation. So I find myself, that's how I know when I'm in fight or flight, when I'm not breathing fully, period. It might be different for you. Follow your intuition. If my example works, go with it. If something else, find what's right for you. Find your own metaphors for life. But tap into your body. That is the way you will tap into your subconscious mind. Then realize what you are physically feeling and just take a moment and ask the feeling. If you could speak right now, what would you say? What are you all about? When I ask my breath, my chest, my lungs, why are you so constricted right now? It's usually because I'm thinking about something that I'm trying to have control over, or I'm worried, or I'm anticipating something negative, or I'm bracing for impact, or I'm trying to be cautious, or whatever. So explore that. I'm going to have a lot of good examples I'll walk you through. I keep saying this, but it's really happening this month. So just stay tuned for some like guided steps to regulate your nervous system, right? I always talk about release to receive. But really, I mean, it's release to receive. But before you can do that, you got to regulate. Got to regulate to receive. And that's why you'll see more things popping up in the manifestation world, in the personal development world, in the healing world, in the therapeutic world of regulating and calming your nervous system, because it is your electric wiring. It's how you emote. It is how the energy flows through your circuit board. Just like if you were to hit a hole in the wall of your house or a building, you see all the electrical wires. It's just like you. Our nervous system is our electric wiring. And we program that. Is it either on and like zzz, always buzzing? Like, zzz. I mean, how many times when you're anxious or you're worried do you feel like all the lights are on in the house and you're just exhausted? It's like, oh, I just turned the lights off. I want to rest because everything is amped up. All systems are going. It's like, just rest, turn it all off, turn the lights off. Oh my God, like within. We want to soothe our nervous system. That's why when we go in nature, when we hear waves, when we hear birds, smell the fresh grass, the dirt, the soil. There's something healing. Nature can heal our nervous system. Find things that regulate you. It might be different for you, right? Running for me, getting in that, they call it the runner's high. There's so much. All right. So this eternal law operates everywhere. We are never static. Nothing stays the same. Very few people grasp this. That's why there's no such thing as standing still. Our harvests will be in the tomorrow's, what our harvest will be tomorrow depends on what we're planting today. Don't think that because you cannot see it, you are not bringing something to pass every hour of your life. We are always, by our refusal to act, no less than by our overt acts, preparing for something. She says this in all caps. We are always preparing for something. We are always preparing for something. You are always preparing for something. You are preparing something right now, and you can change it right now. You don't have to do anything for it. If there's something in your life that needs attention, address it and then move on. But start thinking differently about it right now, right here, right now. We are always preparing for something. Sins of omission bring their results just as surely as those of commission. Sins of omission bring their results just as surely as sins of commission. What are we commissioning in our life? What do we stand behind? What are we going for? And what are we resisting and omitting and denying? So us not doing something brings results just as surely as when we do something. So me running every day is bringing results as sure as the sun comes up, and me not doing that brings results as sure as the sun comes up. So that's the thing. It's like people making decisions and us living our life and feeling the fear and doing it anyway has results. But so does us procrastinating and staying in fear. We think that by playing it safe, we're not even taking risks, so we're safe. No, those have consequences too. What does Jim Rohn say? You know, the bill for going after what you want, like the receipt, the results, they're pretty scary. They're hairy. The receipt for going after and taking risks is it's risky. But the receipt for not doing it is even more risky and more expensive. So I encourage you, do something today out of your comfort zone. Get help, get support, reach out. All the information again to join the mentorship program. Oh my gosh, so it's a year program, and we're offering kind of shorter versions, 6 months and 3 months. I believe I have all the links. I'll leave below too if you want to, if it's too overwhelming or you can't afford a bigger investment right now. We are offering more affordable, shorter options for the mentorship. It's so powerful. So I'll leave that below too. What else? Again, the ways to work with me are below, but reach out for help, even just a conversation if any of this speaks to you. But you have ultimate control over what you think. So make a decision. Make a decision today. Things that help me, auto-suggestion, affirmations. I've shared many times. Mimi Bouchard, her beautiful app. It used to be called Superhuman, but it's called Activations now. Activations. It's an orange little app right there. Activations. You can get like a free trial for like 14 days. It's amazing. I love the positive, just starting my day off with that. So I hope you enjoyed that. I will continue tomorrow. I am going to go for my run finally, and we will continue mañana.